He should or he shouldn't? Should he have sacked him earlier? Yes or no? Keep laughing about the best pal of a paedophile. Carry on. But should he have sacked him earlier?
Chair, I'm trying to be generous with the questions, remit and stuff, but...
Sadiq Khan faces heated showdown in Assembly. Pressure mounts over his leadership. You're not going to believe what just unfolded inside London's City Hall. For months, Sadiq Khan has been under fire over crime rates, transport issues, and housing failures. But this time, the pressure hit boiling point. In a tense Assembly session broadcast live, with every word caught on camera, the Mayor of London was pushed harder than ever before. And let me tell you, he did not handle it well. So here's what happened. Assembly members, many from the opposition, zeroed in on Khan over spiraling knife crime and the perception that Londoners are less safe today than they were when he first took office. One Conservative member looked him straight in the eye and asked, "Do you accept responsibility for the fact that London families no longer feel secure walking home at night?" The pause that followed was heavy. Khan shuffled his papers, gave a long explanation about police funding, government cuts, and social conditions. But instead of easing the pressure, it only made things worse. Labour allies tried to defend him, saying it's Westminster that starved London of resources. But the opposition wasn't letting go. Another Assembly member shot back, "That's the excuse we hear every single time. The reality is, you've had 2 full terms, and the city is still struggling. When do you start taking responsibility?" That's the moment the chamber shifted. Even people watching online felt it. Comments started pouring in, with one viewer writing, "Khan always blames others. Enough is enough." Another added, "If this is leadership, London deserves better." Now, to understand why this showdown matters, you've got to step back. Sadiq Khan is not just any mayor. He's one of Labour's most high-profile leaders, often seen as a potential national figure. When he stumbles, the whole party feels it. And with the next mayoral election approaching, his performance in moments like these could decide whether Labour holds on to London or faces an embarrassing defeat. Inside the chamber, the grilling didn't stop at crime. Transport for London's finances came up again. Fares are up, service reliability is down, and commuters are furious. One Assembly member asked bluntly, "How can you claim success when people are paying more for a worse service?" Khan responded by blaming the pandemic, pointing to how other major cities struggled with public transport revenue collapse. But once more, critics weren't buying it. Social media lit up. A tweet that went viral said, "Always the same story, excuses, excuses. Londoners don't care about explanations, they want solutions." Here's the kicker though. Even some Labour insiders are starting to whisper. Not openly, not yet, but one party strategist, speaking to a local outlet, reportedly said, "If Sadiq looks weak now, it'll hurt us beyond London." Voters are tired of politicians dodging questions. That's brutal. Because it shows this isn't just about City Hall drama. It's about Labour's national image, its credibility, and whether voters believe its leaders can actually deliver results. But let's be fair. Khan isn't without supporters. He reminded the Assembly that knife crime had been rising before he took office, that austerity measures cut thousands of police jobs, and that London's population pressures are unlike anywhere else in the UK. He also pointed to investments in affordable housing and electric buses as proof that progress is being made, even under tough conditions. And for some Londoners, that argument still holds weight. One supporter tweeted, "Government cuts are the real reason behind these struggles." Khan is fighting with one hand tied behind his back. So the debate is far from settled. Still, the optics matter. When a leader looks cornered, when the words don't land, when the pressure builds and the answers sound shaky, that's when voters start to doubt. And that's exactly what played out in this Assembly session. A mayor who once positioned himself as strong, unshakable, and forward-looking, suddenly looked defensive, rattled, and under siege. That kind of image doesn't just disappear. So, what happens next? Khan will need to sharpen his message, fast. Because the opposition smells blood, and they're not going to ease up. Expect crime, transport, and housing to dominate the headlines in the weeks ahead. Expect every stumble in the Assembly to be clipped, shared, and replayed across social media. And expect Labour to feel the heat as well, because Khan's struggles in London are not just his own. They're part of a bigger story about whether Labour's leaders can withstand real scrutiny. At the end of the day, the showdown left one big question hanging in the air. If this is how Sadiq Khan handles pressure now, what happens when the election campaign really begins? And the truth is that could decide not just his future, but the balance of power in Britain's biggest city.